as you guys may know or you may not know, Disney Plus streaming service has launched today, and you can go ahead and go online. It's $6.99 for just a regular service month by month, and then you have a $69.99 for a year subscription. And then they also have another one which it wasn't on the app when I downloaded it and then paid for my subscription. That you can do a 13, I believe it's 13.99 for Disney Plus, ESPN, and Hulu bundle. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and try to upgrade. But as of right now, Disney Plus has launched, and it is not without its issues. Not without its issues. So I've witnessed a lot of them, but they didn't hinder my experience as far as the service is concerned. I woke up this morning, thought about it, went in, basically did my whole thing, subscribed to it or whatnot, and the first movie I really put on, I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing because I was getting ready for work, but the first thing that I put on was Avengers Endgame, and it went on without a hitch. But as I came home and went back on the service to kind of look and just browse and see what was on there, some titles, when you go into it, nothing would show up. It will have just like the poster or whatever for whatever it is I went into, whether it's the show or a movie or whatever, and you wouldn't have an option to watch at that moment. And so I'm like, okay, cool. And then other titles like Star Wars, I went into, and it said that like it's not, something went wrong, check back later and everything else. And now I went back to certain titles, and those titles are now, you can watch them and all that stuff. One of the titles being High School Musical, which I went in, didn't have an option to watch. Now there's an option to watch. So they just showed me that they got some bugs in there. Star Wars is the same. And some titles I still kind of like that. And I went through the, app or whatnot, and it basically still has like certain stuff isn't popping up. When you're going through, how like Netflix has certain like genres that you can go through, whether it's like TV shows, original Netflix thing that you can browse through all of them. Some of the titles aren't popping up, and that when you go into it, it won't allow you to go into it. I'm actually doing it right now. So there is still some bugs, and I'm not the only person. I had minor like technical difficulties, but other people on Twitter have came out and basically said that they've had issues with the launch and everything else, that some people, like, as soon as they paid for it or whatnot and logged in, they were basically not able to do anything, and it was like a crap ton of reports on Twitter, people saying this, saying that. And with that, I mean, I'm speaking from outside. More than likely, if this happened to me, I'll probably be pissed off too. It's a new streaming service. You're excited about it. You got a lot of titles on there that Netflix or any other service don't have. So you're trying to see that, especially like the newer shows like Mandalorian on there. Or, if you're a High School Musical fan, you probably might be excited to watch the series that they have on there. But at the same time, I do realize that with a huge launch like this, I mean, HBO Max get their own streaming service, and other like places are about to start putting out like big streaming services as well, to kind of like go alongside of the other streaming services. But Disney, above all, was the number one thing that was in like on social media and news, on people's minds and everything else. That was the most exciting. And so when you have stuff like that, you got a lot of people trying to get it as soon as it launches. As soon as 12 o'clock hit, go on there, and all this stuff. Certain people already paid for it, so as soon as it became available, bam, everything is on there. And with that, you're going to have a lot of crashing. You're going to have a lot of things that's going wrong. You're going to have a lot of bugs. This is a launch. I'm not entirely sure. Don't you correct me on this or whatever, but I'm pretty sure that other streaming services had kind of a maybe a technical difficult start or whatever. Probably not as major as that, but maybe certain things that they needed to get right and fix. I mean, even consoles, PlayStation, Xbox, and all of them, they all have bugs upon launch. Not not every any of those systems are perfect. That's why you get new versions of, a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Plus, PlayStation 4 Pro, or just stuff like that every so often, because they're constantly fixing bugs, adding new additions. I mean, it's of course it's upgrading what they originally had, but at the same time you're fixing the bugs from the previous version. So this is no different. This is the same thing. I mean, there's going to be bugs, there's going to be technical stuff, but when you actually get on the app, there is a lot to explore. There is a crazy amount to explore. I don't know if you hear that in the background, but I'm literally going through this. Some of the titles had me smiling. I seen they have the Santa Claus, which is my favorite Christmas movie. They have a Goofy movie, which I love that movie, and they just have like all these Disney Channel original movies and shows on here as well. Marvel properties, Star Wars, old Disney films, the cartoon version, Aladdin, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast. They got the newer ones, Moana, Frozen. They got the whole thing of The Simpsons on there, all 152,000 seasons they got of them. But yeah, as I was talking about, like, I went into the Simpsons thing right now, and now it's saying the requested media is not available. Please try again. If you continue to have these problems, or if you continue to have problems, please contact Disney Plus subscription support, error code 41. So it's gonna run into a lot of these. So more than likely, a lot of these aren't going to be available to you right now, but give it some time. Give it like to the end of the week. Give it like another week. But for the most part, you're able to go on here and you're able to watch a lot of these titles. Certain titles aren't there yet. Toy Story 4, blah, blah, blah. The newer titles, the new Lion King that came out this year, the remake or whatnot, isn't on here. But, of course, you do have Avengers Endgame. But, yeah, like I said, I mean, you're going to have a lot of problems. That is to be expected when it comes to stuff like this. More than likely going to get better. They're more than likely working hard as hell to try to get everything just working properly, keep everybody satisfied that on their service, because they want people that if maybe you were thinking about leaving Netflix, this is a reason why to leave Netflix, or this is a reason why to leave Amazon, or just whatever. So that's really all I gotta say about that. I mean, it's gonna get fixed. It's gonna get fixed.